Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the launching ceremony of Facebook Mekong River Commission Cooperation in Flood Safety Promotion, marking the start of the 2-year cooperation 2020-2021 in disaster risk management. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mekong River Commission's latest annual report, released in June this year, highlighted that flood and drought remain key challenges for the Mekong region. Severe flooding can result in the tragic loss of life, damage to agriculture, property and infrastructure, and disruption of social activities throughout the basin. However, flood risk can be minimized through early forecasting, which has become one of the MRC's core services. During the flood season, from July to November, the MRC's 22 stations being monitored along the mainstream of the Mekong River can inform millions of Mekong people on flood forecasting. Also, according to the annual report, crucial to the effective delivery of these services is not only to maintain the reliability of the forecast, but also to communicate the forecast and early warnings directly to the public. That's where Facebook can play a significant role. For many years now, Facebook has been using its tools to connect people, to share information, and to help address some of the world's greatest humanitarian issues. The 2020-2021 cooperation between Facebook and the MRC will cover a wide range of areas, from flood safety promotion in Phase 1 in 2020 to training on disaster response using Facebook's innovative tools and solutions in Phase 2 in 2021. The launch today of a 3D animation to raise public awareness of the MRC's flood warning system is the first step in this long-term cooperation. To help us know more about the MRC and its expectations of this program, I would like to invite Dr. Anulak Kitikun, Chief Strategy and Partnership Officer, Mekong River Commission Secretariat, to share his view.
Facebook Friends representative, the Mekong River Basin, home to 65 million people, is subject to frequent floods and drought. Although seasonal floodings have benefits, flood damage every year can go up to $80 million per year. This in addition to loss of lives, properties, and crops. The Mekong River Commission, established by the government of Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Vietnam since 1995, one of our core business is river monitoring and flood forecasting. Using satellite data and ground data from member countries, we forecast at 22 forecast points along the mainstream, flood alerts and water level alerts. In addition, we also provide flash flood guidance in the Mekong tributaries. This information is sent to member countries, light agencies, as well as available to the public on our MRC website. And this website is accessible in 5 languages: English, Lao, Thai, Khmer, and Vietnamese. So we really thank Facebook community initiatives for working with the MRC in promoting the MRC flood forecasting work. We hope this simple video can help provide more information to as many users as possible in the basin, and we hope to work with Facebook together more in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Anulak Kitikun. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mekong is a beautiful river, bringing a lot of alluvium to the plains, creating rich and green areas. However, in the rainy season and flood, it can cause adverse effects on people's lives and substantial economic losses. Minimizing the damage caused by the flooding of the Mekong is something we all want and try to act on every day. Facebook, as you are all aware, has taken a lot of action to support the community through features and programs aimed at making people safer. Therefore, during this year's flood season, Facebook collaborated with the Mekong River Commission to produce and promote a 3D animated video to encourage residents to monitor the flood situation at flood reporting stations along the Mekong River to ensure safety. I would now like to introduce Ms. Moon Nguyen, Country Head of Public Policy, Vietnam at Facebook, to share more information about this cooperation with the MRC.
Dr. Anulak, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our launch event today on Facebook. My name is Moon Nguyen. I am the head of public policy for Vietnam at Facebook. I'm very honored to represent Facebook to kick off the cooperation between Facebook and the Mekong River Commission from 2020 to 2021, together with my colleagues from around this region. At Facebook, we always try to look for new ways to support development efforts in this region. With the rainy season upon us and the increased risk of floods, there is no better time to raise awareness about the partnership with the Mekong River Commission, or MRC. Vietnam, with its long coastline and mountainous terrain, is often prone to destructive storms and flash floods. Over the year, it has impacted livelihoods, destroyed homes, or even killed people. That's why this launch is incredibly important to us at Facebook, and we stand ready to support communities in this region that have been affected and could be impacted in the future by floods. Today, we mark this milestone by launching a 3D animation to increase public awareness about the MRC's flood warning stations, which aim to minimize the disastrous consequences of floods. Finally, I'd like to thank Dr. Hada, CEO of the MRC, Dr. Anulak, Chief Strategy and Partnership Officer, and the entire MRC team for choosing and trusting Facebook as your first ever partner from the private sector. I look forward to seeing this partnership go from strength to strength. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ms. Moon Nguyen. Ladies and gentlemen, extreme low flows and extensive flooding of different communities along the Mekong River in 2019 and an increasing number of droughts that have occurred in many parts of the region in recent years are among the signs that the Mekong region is facing increasing risk from extreme weather events and development. Being managed under the MR's Mekong Flood and Drought Forecasting System, the stations provide daily hydrological information during the flood season, including daily water level data and daily rainfall data, so Mekong people can use the information to actively decide on how to manage their businesses, crops, and life activities, which depends a lot on the rainfall and water level. Continuing the program, I would like to invite everyone to watch a video about the Mekong River Commission.
The Mekong River, home to over 70 million people, is one of the world's great rivers. It runs from China through Myanmar, Laos PDR, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. It provides food, energy, transport, tourism, and other development opportunities. But the river basin is facing challenges due to population growth, industrialization and climate change, dams and diversions, sand mining, irrigation, navigation enhancements, frequent floods and droughts, as well as poverty itself, are putting pressures on the Mekong. This is why, building on cooperation since 1957 under the Mekong Committee, the four governments of Cambodia, Laos PDR, Thailand, and Vietnam signed in the 1995 the Mekong Agreement, establishing the Mekong River Commission, MRC, and reaffirmed at high-level summits to coordinate and promote sustainable development and management of the water and related resources of the Mekong River Basin. The MRC is governed by a Council of Ministers and a joint committee of senior officials. Today, the MRC acts as a technical knowledge hub and platform for water diplomacy to facilitate regional cooperation. The MRC does this through its core functions: river basin-wide planning, implementing procedures for managing the river, monitoring the river's conditions, conducting assessments and studies, and forecasting. Our planning work guides national plans and projects from a basin-wide perspective. We implement procedures for data sharing, monitoring and managing water use, water quality and water flows, as well as facilitating consultations on infrastructure projects. The MRC monitors and reports on fisheries, ecological health, water levels and water quality and sediment, as well as forecasting for flood and drought. Finally, we conduct modeling and assessments to understand development impacts and future opportunities and risks. Our motto of work is meeting the needs, keeping the balance. In all our work, the MRC facilitates cooperation on water and related resources among governments, working with partners, the private sector, academia, and civil society. China and Myanmar collaborate with MRC in terms of dialogue, data and information sharing, technical exchanges, and joint assessments. With over 20 years of experience, the MRC is recognized globally as one of the most established and functioning international river basin organizations, winning the prestigious International River Prize. As the technical and facilitating arm of the Commission, the MRC Secretariat has world-class staff and experts and develop capacities of young professionals for the future.
Running through many countries, the Mekong River is the lifeblood of the Southeast Asia and offers a glimpse into the long history and diverse cultures of the region. The 12th longest river in the world and the 7th longest in Asia, it flows through 5 countries in Southeast Asia, including Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Vietnam and Cambodia alone account for approximately 70% of the Mekong region's total annual flood damage. So now I would like to introduce to you another representative from Facebook, Mr. Phikdae Heng, the Public Policy Manager, Laos and Cambodia at Facebook. Welcome, Mr. Phikdae Heng.
Hello, my name is Phikdae Heng. I'm Facebook Public Policy Manager for Cambodia and Laos. Today, I am honored to be involved in this collaboration between Facebook and MRC on such an important issue. Seasonal flooding is a perpetual challenge for people who live in the Mekong region. In Cambodia, a country that is consistently ranked as one of the most vulnerable countries to natural disaster, flooding has negatively affected the livelihood of its people years after years. Flooding in 2013, for example, covered almost half of the country and affected nearly 1.7 million people. Similarly, in Laos, the flooding in September 2019 displaced about 100,000 people, damaged road infrastructure, and cost the government around $50 million. The impact of flooding can be minimized if people have access to adequate information and tools to warn them and have them prepare in advance. That is why MRC Flood Early Warning System is an extremely important tool to help people in the region better prepare for the impact of floods. I am thankful for the opportunity to join this collaborative effort between Facebook and MRC to educate the people in the region on the issue of flood preparedness. It is my hope that this simple and fun animation will encourage people to use the flood warning system to help them minimize the devastating consequences of floods. I look forward to working with colleagues at Facebook and MRC to advance this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Phikdae Heng. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the countries in our region where people's lives are closely linked to water, it is Thailand. To help us know more about the country, as well as the MRC's warning system to Thai people, we would like to welcome Mr. Michael Buck, Country Head of Public Policy Thailand at Facebook.
Hi, my name is Michael Buck, Head of Public Policy for Thailand at Facebook. Floods in Thailand happen nearly every year during the country's monsoon season. These events create substantial challenges for Thais living along key waterways and in low-lying areas, as well as for farmers in its vital rice-growing regions in the country's northeast. In 2011, Thailand's worst floods in half a century killed more than 800 people and caused major disruption to industry. The floods also submerged parts of the capital, Bangkok. One of the best ways for Thais to be prepared is to be informed. Our collaboration with the Mekong River Commission will help Thais to get critical, up-to-date information to help keep themselves and their families and communities safe. Whether it's launching our disaster maps to help communities recover and rebuild from natural disasters, or connecting people to accurate and reliable health information, Facebook has proven that we are also about giving people the tools to stay safe and informed. That's why I'm so excited that Facebook is supporting efforts by the Mekong River Commission to provide tools to people living along these key waterways that will help them to better prepare for disasters.
As we've shared, the actions of the MRC are really meaningful to the community. And to support the MRC to spread the information to the people, Facebook is doing the chain of actions and programs. Before this cooperation, Facebook already had its safety check tools during disasters. We would like to tell you more about this feature on the next video. One more country on the Southeast Asian map of the Mekong River area is Myanmar. We would like to introduce Mr. Khoi Ray, Country Head of Public Policy, Myanmar, at Facebook, to share more about the role of the warning video could be for the Myanmar people.
Hi, my name is Kure. I head the Myanmar public policy at Facebook. Myanmar is no stranger to seasonal monsoons, which brings strong winds and heavy rains as well as increased flooding across the country. Heavy monsoon rains in July and August last year affected tens of thousands of people across Myanmar, forcing many to shelter in temporary evacuation shelters. In 2008, Cyclone Nargis became Myanmar's worst natural disaster in recent history, killing nearly 140,000 people. Access to clean drinking water, shelter, and food all became essential during these disasters. However, if we can help people to prepare and to plan, the devastating impact of such floods can be minimized. I am grateful for this opportunity to join the launch of this cooperation between Mekong River Commission and Facebook, which aim to raise public awareness and share timely information. I believe that this collaboration will empower millions of people in our Mekong region to make decisions that could save lives and livelihoods. I look forward to supporting my colleagues and the MRC in this important effort.
Today, our program also invites one of the key persons from Facebook, Ms. Shanti Alexander. Hello, Ms. Shanti Alexander. Could you please introduce yourself and your company's mission to our audience?
Hi, I'm Shanti Alexander and I'm an Asia Pacific Community Affairs Manager at Facebook. At Facebook, our mission is to give people the power to build community and to bring the world closer together.
As a regional program manager, could you share to everyone more about your role at Facebook?
In my role at Facebook, I work on disaster response related efforts across the region.
As we've watched on the video, we know that Facebook has made a lot of efforts to support the community in disaster response. Can you share more about this, please?
Facebook has developed a suite of tools that allow people to prepare for, respond to, and recover from a natural disaster, and to allow communities to build resilience. Facebook's tools include free tools to communicate with the public, like page, video, and live, as well as tools that have been created specifically for natural disasters, like our Crisis Response Hub, where people can, during a natural disaster, mark themselves safe, they can ask for or offer help, and they can also stay up to date with relevant information. Our Data for Good tools, such as population density maps and disaster maps, have also allowed us to support disaster relief organizations during a natural disaster.
So, what do you think about Facebook's cooperation with the Mekong River Commission?
We are pleased to support the Mekong River's Mekong Flood and Drought Forecasting tool, which helps to inform millions of people in this region about potential floods and to allow them to better prepare for a potential crisis.
It's so wonderful to hear. Thank you for your active participation and contribution to the program.
We are so honored to be partnering with the Mekong River Commission and to support you in your disaster management work. And we wish you continued success.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to the most important moment of today's event. The moment that we will share the 3D cartoon video to our audience, namely Stay Safe During Flood Season. We expect this video could guide and encourage the Mekong people to follow more regularly the updated flood information online. Now, for launching the video, we would like to introduce Dr. Anulak Kitikun, Chief Strategy and Partnership Officer, Mekong River Commission, Ms. Moon Nguyen, Country Head of Public Policy Vietnam at Facebook, Mr. Phik Dae Hang, Public Policy Manager, Laos and Cambodia at Facebook, Mr. Michael Back, Country Head of Public Policy Thailand and Facebook, Mr. Koe Ray, Country Head of Public Policy Myanmar at Facebook, and Ms. Shanti Alexander, Policy Programs Manager, Asia Pacific Region at Facebook. Now I will count from 5 to 1. We will touch the Mekong River icon to launch the video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! Thank you very much for participating in this special moment, and our cooperation has officially started. And now, without further ado, we would like to introduce to all of you the video Stay Safe During Flood Season. such an amazing video, isn't it? Thank you very much to the Year 1 crew for creating this beautiful 3D cartoon. Thank you all to the participations for sharing your precious time for this virtual launching event. Thank you to all the audience for following us to the full show. Goodbye and stay safe.